Hello there, guys. Happy Vindication Day. Well, it's been 15 years since Michael Jackson was fully acquitted in the 2005 trial. It was one of the most widely covered trials in the world because Michael is a worldwide superstar because he performed in, I don't know, maybe, 30, 40, 50 countries. I don't know. I never counted. But happy Vindication Day. And I have so much to tell you guys, and I really don't want to be on here an hour and a half. But I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm really happy today because today Michael proved everyone in the world wrong. And you newbies may not know that I sat in the courtroom at the 2005 trial. And I was fully credentialed media, and it was just a fluke that I didn't plan on it. It just kind of happened in my life. I had a TV show, and one day I'm going to release those 13 episodes of my talk show that I had that was called True Talk Straight Out of LA. And it was available in 330,000 homes times 3 people in a home in Los Angeles. So it's available to 1 million people Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at midnight. And I paid for me, and I had someone who helped me, paid for the production of the talk shows. And John Henry, thank you so much. And everybody else that helped out. We had a crew, and it took like us 3 days, and I interviewed people. Anyway, so I was looking for an editor, and I was thankful to God, and God brought me Cecil as an editor, who didn't have a job at the time, was on sabbatical leave from his job. And he said, I met him, and he said, I have a program and I can help you. And he started editing my shows. And through editing my shows, I got them on the air. I sold advertising. I wrote commercials. You guys don't know how hard I work. And then I got them on the air. And at that time, Dr. Olafari Hutchinson, who was an author and an activist, asked me to go down to the Michael Jackson trial the day before it started. And he said to pass out flyers because he wanted to be a commentator for the Michael Jackson trial like he was for the O.J. Simpson trial. So at first I was like, I don't want to go down. I got my TV show. I got to sell advertising. I got to write commercials. I got things to do. And but he was so good to me as a mentor. Some people you just can't say no to. So I said, okay, I'll go down. And then I talked to Cecil, who was just my partner at the time, someone I had hired to help me edit the shows. And I hired him saying, when I get money, I'll pay you. And then when I got some money, I did pay him. But anyway, we were just business partners. And Cecil said, well, I'll go down to the trial with you. And why don't we do a True Talk show from there? I was like, oh my God, what a great idea. Thank you. So I got all dolled up. We went down there. And I had no idea what to expect. I expected to be on the sidewalk. Really, I expected to be on the sidewalk and just say, here I am in front of the Jackson trial and who's there and this is what it looks like and blah, blah, and do one show, one 30-minute show and leave. That's what I thought was going to happen. But what happened, I met Peter Chappell, who was the media manager. And he said, who are you with? And I said, well, I have a TV show. And he said, what's it called? True Talk Straight Out of LA. How many people is it available to? I said, 1 million people, 5 nights a week. He said, can I verify it? So I went to sit down to find my account executive from Comcast card. And it just kind of floated out of my purse, right? I thought I was going to have to dig forever. And it was, and he's called. And then, a little while later, he verified that was true. And he said, True Talk. I was like, yes. And he was like, here's your media pass, and this is what you do, and this is what you do, and go do this and go do that. And at the time, I said, well, if I got to go sign up online, this was 2005. I didn't have a cell phone with internet access. And I said, well, where's the library? He said, well, you know what? Here's your daily pass for today. You can go to the overflow room. And, so when you get home tonight, go ahead and, sign up and you'll be fully credentialed. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea, right? So I was like, oh my God, I'm credentialed. I had no idea. And then I went in the overflow room, right? I'm telling you guys, there's a big lack of black-owned media. At that whole trial, we were the only black-owned media credentialed for that whole trial. Okay? No one else that was black-owned media had enough. You needed to have a minimum of like 25,000 verifiable subscribers or watchers. I had 1 million. Okay, that's far that I could reach 1 million. And so I got credentials. So the first day inside, I can't go on and on and on and on. I'll just tell you real quick. So I was in the overflow room. I was looking around and it was like no black people there. And I was like, oh my God, I was in the overflow room. So I at that time, I heard the accuser's sister, Davelin, her name was Davelin Arvizo, Gavin's sister say on trials, the second day of trial the first day I was there was the second day of trial, right? And she said she said on the stand, I didn't know my father molested me until my mother told me. I was like, oh my God, what did she just say? And I looked around the room and everybody's like, dee. And I was like, maybe I didn't hear it right. I think she just said her mother told her that she was molested. You know, and then Tom Mesereau, masterful job, he asked her again, and later on she said, look, I didn't know that I was molested till my mother told me. And I was like, oh my God, she is saying that her mother put her up to all this, you know. And then I got excited, and no longer was it about me being there. Then it became about Michael Jackson. Okay, because at first, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be there, I'm going to record, I'm going to do all this. No, then it became justice for Michael. Justice for Michael. So then I came out, I told Cecil, and then Peter Schaffel said, True Talk. I was like, yes, it's me. He said, do you want to go in the courtroom? I thought to myself, where Michael's at? I was cool, though. I was cool. But inside, I was like, oh my God, where Michael Jackson is? Yes, sir. I would like to go into the courtroom. He said, here's your badge. So the second, after the first break afternoon, I got to go in the courtroom and Michael was there. Inside, I was all giggly and all like a little girl and fan struck, and inside. Outside, I was cool as could be. I was cool as a cucumber, you know, because I have to be cool because this is professional. So I started hearing all this other stuff, and Michael walked past me and everything. I was like, oh my God. You know, some of his fingernails don't have the vitiligo, and some of them don't have his regular skin tone. Which is the dark fingernails, which is really his regular skin tone. But the vitiligo got under some of the nails, okay? Some of the nails were more clear than other parts of the nails, okay? Because vitiligo does what vitiligo does, right? And so I was like, oh my God, he has dark fingernails. That's one of the first things that I noticed. I had no idea before that. And you know, he's kind of tall, but, you know, not real tall. And so he kept walking. He walked past me and Anyway, lots to do with the trial. Anyway, I want to show you guys something and tell you one more little story because I got a lot to tell you guys. So you guys just kind of sit back. This is going to be a long live. Okay. All right. So anyway, so here you guys know that Cecil and I produced the Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, right? You guys know that this is our documentary. Okay, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop is the only documentary that was filmed at the 2005 trial, where I come out and then I would tell what happened that day. So it's in real time. This is not Monday morning quarterbacking. This is me coming out, and we did, how many episodes? I think we did 13 episodes of True Talk, 30-minute episodes. And one day when I have time, you know, they need to be transferred into another medium and put them online. All 13 episodes of the True Talk series that were about the trial, right? We did 13 shows. But anyway, so afterwards we went ahead and Cecil said, why don't we make a documentary out of it? I was like, oh my God, what a great idea. He's going to make a documentary. Oh my God. So this is our first documentary we made. And first it was called Behind the Scenes of the Michael Jackson Trial. And then when Papa Joe started calling me saying that he wanted to buy it, and I had to send him 2 copies because Michael took one of the copies, and Ramon, Michael's manager at the time, spokesperson, her and I talked a lot, and it's so stupid that even though I was talking to Ramon all the time, and I was talking to Tom Mesereau, and I was talking to you know, I would talk to Brian Oxman every now and then, I never thought that they were telling Michael. I never thought. I felt like I was just so unimportant that no way would Michael ever know I did a documentary about his innocence. I mean, how stupid, how stupid. But you think of Michael as such a big superstar, you don't think that he's going to know that one person out of the whole wide world decided to do a documentary about his innocence. Well, it was me. So Papa Joe and would call me and say that he wanted to buy it, this, that, and the other. Then eventually some guy called me, and he was from Rock City, right? A company called Rock City. And he distributed it. And I did not know certain things at the time, and I'm still not thinking Michael's involved. I knew Joe wanted to buy it, but Joe didn't say, hey, I'm sending over a guy named Wilson. He didn't say it, just a guy named Wilson called and did the deal, and Joe never asked me about it again. Then I find out the name of the company, Rock City, and then anybody who has this, you'll see the address, the 1875 Century Park East, Suite 1000, Los Angeles. Well, I know you newbies know this stuff, but you know, I got to remember that everybody does not know or remember everything that's going on. So anyway, I later found out that, let me show you guys something else, okay? I mean, I got so much to show you guys. All right, this here, okay. Then later on, Jack Wishna, who I knew about Michael coming home in 2007, okay, the end of 2006, I was on the phone with Marie, and Marie was on the phone with, she talked to Jack Wishna and talking to Angel, and we knew when Michael Jackson landed, when he got back here in the States, when he was gone to the Middle East and he was in Ireland, we knew when he arrived. We were on the phone saying, Michael's live, Michael's plane arrived, Michael's home, right? And we were so happy that he was home, right? And he was back. But anyway, Jack Wishna was one of the first people that Michael had contacted when he arrived in Las Vegas. And then, of course, Michael went to James Brown's funeral, blah, 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 blah. But Jack Wishna, because I knew the name Jack Wishna before anyone else knew the name Jack Wishna, because I was a part of the people that talked to Joe. And my friend Marie had to contact Jack. Joe asked Marie to contact Jack Wishna and tell Jack Wishna to tell Michael to call his mother, okay? This is what was going on behind the scenes. I haven't told you guys every single solitary thing I know, but believe me, when I come up with a conclusion, there's a whole bunch of stuff that brings me to that conclusion. Okay, so anyway, so you see this? This is a Wikipedia page. This is not me. Jack Wishna had a company called Rock City, okay? Just like Rock City, right? Just like Rock City. Michael had it with Carrie Gordy, and I got a Carrie Gordy story that I had never told you guys. I never told you guys the Carrie Gordy story, and maybe one day I'll tell you the Carrie Gordy story that's involved with this, that has something to do with this. It's weird how all that kind of, I'll tell you guys that one day. So anyway, so Jack Wishna, Rock City, so we got Rock City. Then, here's that address. This is the Michael Jackson This Is It contract. This is the This Is It contract, okay, that Michael signed. See that address? 1875 Century Park East, Suite 600, 90067. It's the same address that's here. The reason why Suite number 1000, that is a conference room. Okay, and I asked Wilson, I said, why are we meeting in a conference room? Do you have an office here? And he said, well, people who have an office here can use the conference room. Well, who had an office there was the Michael Jackson Company in Suite 600. And then I went down to Suite 600 when I found out, and the Michael Jackson Company had moved, but they told me, yes, the Michael Jackson Company was here. Okay? So Michael and Joe conspired and helped me get the documentary, The Trial and Triumph, conspired in a good way. Okay, in a good way. They don't do anything with a straight line. because Joe told me, because I used to talk to Joe on the phone. I talked to Joe on the phone multiple times, okay? Had Joe's phone number too, just to let you guys know. And a little bit more backstory. Gosh, Cecil Holmes, his dad was part owner of Casablanca Records. His dad is on the Thank Yous in the Thriller album, okay? I know, it's just, how did all that happen? Oh, there's so much story. There's so much story. There's so much story. But anyway, imagine when I found this stuff out, right? That the same address, and it was Michael. It was Michael who set this all up. So the Trial and Triumph has the blessings of Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson on it. And it is pro Michael. It tells the truth. And I don't know why anybody in the family doesn't bring it up. You know, why am I being ignored? You know, why aren't you guys going, you know, Pearl's documentary, you know, come on. It's about Michael's innocence. No, you know, come on. I'm serious. Come on. All right. Anyway, because it ended up being distributed, we signed the deal on May 8th. There's more story, but I can't get into it because I have a lot more to get to. On May 8th, 2009, 7 weeks before the death announcement, I signed the distribution deal. And the reason that, so I was a part of the death hoax planning, okay? Because they wanted something out on the marketplace that proved Michael's innocence, okay, when he was announced dead. Okay, it ended up being distributed to 50 million households. 50 million households. It's the most widely distributed documentary on Michael's innocence to date that's ever been put out. It was distributed and it was available to 50 million households for about 6 weeks. Okay, I didn't get paid right. You know, whose fault is that? I don't know. Because Wilson was a middleman. Okay, and at the time, I didn't know that Michael and Joe, I learned this stuff. You know, the contract didn't come out until like years later, 2011. I didn't know. You know, I didn't put it together. I didn't know about Jack Wishna and Rock City. I didn't put that together until, you know, after the death announcement, years after the death announcement. So, but anyway, so it has been widely distributed, okay? And it is about Michael's innocence. So you guys, I am offering it for free on my YouTube channel. And it is called Michael Jackson, Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. Please watch it because it will tell you the truth about why the jury found Michael Jackson not guilty. Okay, 14 out of 14 counts, and today is the 15th year of that. And I'm going to tell you guys a cute Michael and me story. You want to hear a cute Michael and me story? All right. I'm going to tell a cute Michael and me story. Okay, but first I'm going to play some of this, but I'm going to turn the volume down because when YouTube thinks that you're copyright, even though I have the rights to use With a Child's Heart, because there it is, it's in the documentary, I have the rights to that. Facebook isn't going to do that, and they'll mute it, okay? So I'm going to mute it and I'm going to talk over it, okay? Here we go. A cute story to tell you guys about this, okay? So here is our documentary. Here's a portion of it. It's on YouTube, Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. So this is towards the end, and the song playing in the background is With a Child's Heart. All right. So anyway, so this particular day, see Michael's looking, he's looking around, he's looking for me, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, will you be there? Not that day, maybe he was that day because, I was sitting behind his parents, directly behind his parents. And Michael's security, if I didn't come for a while, they'd go, oh, we've missed you. Where have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. As if they noticed me because there wasn't very many black people there covering the trial. And like I said, I sat directly behind Joe and Catherine to let them know that I had their back. And I was telling the truth. And believe me, if I thought that Michael Jackson was guilty of child molestation, I would have said so. I'm an honest person. You guys know I do not lie to you. Okay, see this particular day? Okay, so this is the day. So here comes Michael. See this day right here? Oh, this is the day where he wears the pink. Okay. Michael said, look around. And then Catherine, she knew. Joe, look around. So Michael distracted him by looking at his hand. So he didn't distract. So Michael's giving them instructions right here, right? And he looks over at me and Cecil because we're there. And he goes inside of the car. Okay. So they all are trying to look inconspicuous. They're so cute. Now, I didn't figure this out until years later. Because at this time, I am no way thinking that Michael would ever, ever even know I existed. I would, oh, how dare you think Michael sees you? You know what I mean? Because he was such a huge, huge pop star. He was such a huge star. He was the biggest star in the world. So you're not going to think he notices little old you, right? So everything that I'm telling you guys now is in retrospect. Okay, see how they roll down the windows right there? See that? And they're recording me. They are recording me. He is recording me. Okay, he is recording me. I have some footage of that where I show you guys that he's recording me. So anyway, let me turn the camera back on. So anyway, earlier in the courtroom that day, right? Catherine, I would talk to Catherine, you know, at the trial, and we wore the same colors, and she would say, gosh, we wear the same colors, and I would be like, yeah, we do wear the same colors. Is that a coincidence? That's a coincidence, right? And I'm talking to her. So Michael comes in early, right? So Michael left when Catherine left. Catherine left. Catherine came in when Michael came in. They both came and left at the same time. So if Catherine's in the courtroom, so is Michael. So Michael's in where inside the galley, I guess. And I'm talking to Catherine. All of a sudden, Michael turns around and he stares at me so hard, right? Straight laser beam focus, boom, staring, right? So Catherine sees me, I guess, shocked. So Catherine kind of moves out of my way, right? Moves out of the way. So Michael is staring, so I decide to smile, right? Thinking it's going to like loosen it up. He didn't smile or anything. He just had laser beam focus on me, right? So then he's staring so hard, and I'm not, you know, I'm nervous now. Now I'm nervous. And then the court started, and he turned around because the judge came in, and it was time to turn around, and that was that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my seat, and I am jacked up in my head. My head, I'm messed up. Oh my God, did I do anything wrong? You don't like me. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. So I'm messed up in the head, right? I couldn't even concentrate. I'm trembling. I'm like, what was that? Oh my God, what was that? You know, because it was like some energy that he was sending to me or something, right? And so then anyway, so then when it was it was time for it to be over, right? The court was over for the day. You had a choice. Either you left before he left or you left after he left. But you did not, the crowd did not leave when he left or come when he come. It had to be, you know, and Carrie, his security guard, always sat in the back and would go to the thing and get him up to the galley and get him and then walk with him and he'd leave and then we leave. Well, this time I decided that when he turned around, I wasn't going to be there, right? That I was going to leave, right? I was going to leave this time. I wasn't going to wait for him to walk past me. I was going to leave, right? So then I left and there was this little garden area and I decided I'm not going to be, they call it the green monster or something. And I decided I'm not going to be there either, right? I'm going to be outside with CISO where the rest of our little spot, our media spot, right? So that day was him coming out, right? That was the day that he was coming out. And so he was like wondering, where's she at? Where's she at? So that's why he had me recorded that day, right? And then when the camera was looking at me, I know he probably has the footage and he's going, you know, because at first my eyes are going, is that camera looking at me, right? And then I smile all stupid like, hi. You know, so anyway, so that's a cute little story, a little Michael and me story. It's kind of a cute story. So he knew who I was from the trial. And then there's a couple of other things that happened at the trial, but I can go on and on and on. I got to move on. I got things because Taj Jackson made a big, oops, today on his live. Okay, today on his live. Let me make sure that let me minimize this stuff because I got stuff to tell you. Okay, and just to tell you guys, so I was so sad, I swear to God, when it came down that Michael had died, and I'm not embellishing this and I am not exaggerating, from the day that I got to remember the day before I went to I went to Michael's house because I used to hang out in front of Carolwood with the fans because Linda the Maps lady, who I met at the 2005 trial, sold Master Star's houses outside of Michael's Carolwood house, right? And I was the first person in the world to tell people that Michael was moving there in November of 2008, and I got the tweet, I got the e-blast to prove it. But anyway, so I was so distraught and so unhappy. I don't think I was ever as miserably sad as hearing that Michael Jackson had died. And I was the first person to tweet about it. Linda told me that, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I swear to God, I cried every day for 7 months. Every day. I believed that Michael Jackson was dead. I believed it. I was at UCLA. I saw the SUVs there. I saw Catherine walk into UCLA in my own eyes. I believed that Michael was dead. My friend Marie, she didn't. She didn't believe it. She kept saying the MF didn't want to do the concerts. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to do. I was like, he's dead, Marie. He's dead. He's dead. She was calling me, girl. Guess what? Girl, guess what? Girl, guess what? And I started taking notes because it was kind of like, nah. And you would make excuses for all the weird stuff that didn't make sense, right? You would make excuses because you believed that Michael was dead. Well, I was the same person as these naysayers. So I've been where the naysayers have been. I've been there, okay? I didn't believe that Michael was dead either. I had to have 2 full pack notebooks. I'm going to find them. I'm going to find those notebooks and show them to you guys one day. Full of notes before I was like, okay, that's it. All right, you done worn me down. Okay, I can't make any more excuses for all this stuff. That maybe Michael did fake his death. And that happened on Valentine's Day. It was when I decided to write the book, to decide that Michael Jackson faked his death to save his life, to double check, to make sure I wasn't misconstruing or seeing fake clues or seeing something that wasn't there. Because when you write a book, you got to be real thorough, okay? So with the and then Valentine's Day clue and come back Michael Jackson come back. You guys got to watch the Alive trilogy for real. You got to watch it for real. So anyway, so I'm so unhappy. And then people buying us ads. Look at this. We didn't buy this ad in the National Examiner. I think Michael thought AEG owned the National Examiner because they owned the other examiners. So this one, we got a free ad, right? I didn't pay for this ad. Where am I getting money to put an ad in the national newspaper? And it was put out August 24th, 2009, right? National Examiner giveaway. The King of Pop lives on. Jacko may be gone, but he'll live forever in this great documentary. Michael is the only person that would have bought this ad for me. I didn't buy this ad, and they called him Jacko, so I figured he was okay with being called Jacko because I didn't write this ad. I didn't do it. And it says he may be gone. What? May be gone, but he'll live forever in this great documentary? He'll live forever. What? What? May be gone, lives on. Right? So even that did make me go, yep, Michael faked his death. Nope, it took me all the way to February. So I'm just like you naysayers who were like, no way did Michael fake his death. It took a lot because I am not. And I think Michael did that so I wouldn't be crying anymore. But that didn't help me. I still cried. But I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not. I am not a hoax chaser. I am not. Okay, it's just that I was covering Michael and it just kept happening and things. And here we are 11 years later and we get a death post clue today from a family member from today. Okay, 11 years later. Okay, almost 11 years later. We're 12 days shy from 11 years, right? So I don't have a book. 4 documentaries, 4th is getting ready to be released. I'm going to show you guys. And Peter Michael Bobby, who I believe in Michael Jackson, he called me today. I'm going to get to that. There's a whole bunch of stuff I got to get to, guys. All right. So, Peter Michael Bobby, yeah, he called me today. Okay. But what was I talking about? Oh my God, Peter Medani. Oh my God, I got so much to tell you guys. Lives on. But anyway, I did not think that Michael Jackson faked his death. I did not until I was in the 90% sure. But it was still hard to be 100% sure when people all over the news are going, no, he's dead. There's going to be a trial. Conrad Murray's been arrested. Oh, it was hard to go. Forget all that. Michael's dead. You know, it was hard. Your head's messed with. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's hard. But now I'm 1,000,000% sure Michael Jackson faked his death because I would not have, that's what I'm going to say, I would not have an e-movie book, hundreds of videos, thousands of posts, and 4 documentaries, enough to make a 5th documentary, if Michael was alive. I would have had enough for maybe a few videos and a half of a book. You know what I mean? And then it would have dried up and there would have been nothing if he was really dead. Okay, the fourth documentary, Alive 4, Peter Michael Bobby. Here we go. Okay, he made this promotion for me this morning. All right, see that? He did this himself. He didn't hire fancy smancy professionals. He made this himself, okay? Actually, nothing proves Michael Jackson is dead. I told him to write that. Alive 4. He surprised me with this Alive 4 DVD cover. And he made that for me. And Alive 4 coming June 25th, 2020. And it looks like we're going to make that deadline. The documentary looks really good. And also, you guys got to remember, you got to pick up the Alive trilogy. Okay? You got to pick up the Alive trilogy. Okay? Because it's going to be hard. Even though I tried to make Alive 4 a standalone documentary, but it's called The Missing Pieces, because stuff that added on to stuff in here, I put in here. So there's been additional information. So it's missing pieces, but I rap in it, guys. Okay, Peter Michael Bobby, he made this promotion for me. Okay, isn't that nice? Thank you, Peter Michael Bobby, who I believe is Michael Joe Jackson for many, many reasons. Yes, he did do a good job, didn't he? All right, so and he also made this for me. So he called me today. And sometimes I think that, you know, he's not thinking about me. He ain't thinking about me, you know. And then he's called me and I was like, you did this for me? And he's like, yeah. I said, I thought you weren't even thinking about me. I was the last person on your mind. And he was like, no, here, I did this for you. And so sweet. Okay. So also we have a new logo. Okay. A new Elbow Grease Productions logo. Here we go. I got to put sound to it though, guys. He's like the missing pieces, glass pieces. See, he made this for me. It's 10 seconds. So this is going to be the new logo that's going to go at the beginning of Alive 4 and Alive 5. You guys like it? Thank you, Peter Michael Bobby. He did this whole logo. He designed the whole thing. He designed the whole thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, so moving right along. So Peter Michael Bobby, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, guys. And if you really want to know why I believe that he's Michael Joe Jackson, even though some people think I'm stupid for believing that, but you don't know Michael like I've learned to know him. Okay, I study him. I put things together. When you're a documentary filmmaker and you're an author and you're an investigator, you see things and you attach, you combine, you chronicle, you double check, you verify. There's so many things that you do. You connect dots, you match up dates. There's just so much that you do that even if you knew him personally, you wouldn't do this, because that's not what you're doing. You're just hanging out with someone you care about. And that's a lot different than studying and investigating someone. So we thank you for that. And watch Alive 3 for that information. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, I got to get to Taj. Did you guys know today is Dante Jackson's birthday? Oh my God, after all these years, at least according to the Michael Jackson Music Club, today is Dante's birthday. Today's Dante's birthday. Dante. Okay, Dante, if you guys don't know, Dante is someone that Joe and Catherine apparently adopted, but Alejandra raised him. I'm not going to get into, I got some stuff about Dante. You guys not ready for this. You ain't ready for this. But anyway, happy birthday, Dante. But it's like a Michael magic, get vindicated on his birthday. I had no idea all these years. I had no idea that his birthday was the same day as Vindication Day. At least according to the Michael Jackson Music Club. Okay, so that was interesting. Okay, let's see. There's more stuff. There's more stuff I got. All right. There's more stuff. Let's see, what else am I going to get into? Oh, Peter Michael Bobby. He is so concerned about those shoes, those tennis shoes. And you guys, somebody said, oh, Michael wouldn't fake his death to sell cheap tennis shoes or tennis shoes. You don't know how cheap they are, how expensive they are. You're just being insulting. But anyway, Michael was into tennis shoes with the LA Gear deal. Okay, with LA Gear. And Michael wanted to design the tennis shoes, and they didn't want him to. They use his name and his image. And Michael always wanted to design and have his own tennis shoes. But then the 93 allegations came, and LA Gear had to drop the Michael promotion because now everybody's calling him a pedophile. So he never really, that was a dream that never really came true. And if you guys following Peter Medani's page, you follow him, he is so concerned about those shoes, and he named number 7 Sky Pearl. Okay, and let's see what else. So he is, and he will worry you to death if he's really into something. He's really into something. Okay, before I get to Taj, R. Kelly. Did you guys remember that R. Kelly also got vindicated on this day too, on June 13, a few years later? But I think R. Kelly's guilty. I'm sorry. There's proof. He married a 16-year-old. He married a 15-year-old, however Aaliyah was married. So that means he was messing around with her when she was younger than that. Okay, and he lied about her age and all this other stuff. And, you know, those people, or even them girls on that documentary crying like that, he did that. I'm sorry. I believe him. I believe R. Kelly is guilty of having sex with a lot of young girls. I believe that. That's just me. Okay? And he's back in jail right now. Okay? Now, why would Michael fake his death? Because Michael had to escape his haters. Okay? R. Kelly, O.J. Simpson, Michael Jackson, whoever else, they're all different people. You cannot say just because this person this, then that means that person that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You don't ever judge somebody unless you walk in their moccasins or you investigate or research or study. I have found nothing in 11 years but insinuation that Michael Jackson was into little boys. Never any proof that he had sex or was sexually interested in them. If you're Michael Jackson and you're gawked at, you want somebody with you, like Bubbles or a little kid, so that you can always look like you're distracted. You can always, when people are around, you can, you know, have something to do, somebody to talk to, something to do. So that's why Michael liked to have people hang around. Michael also, you know, went places with other people, not just kids, but some of the kids were also on his tours too. All right. And kids are fun. Kids don't want to try to manipulate you into some kind of business deal. Okay, so Michael liked to hang around kids because they were just easier. Okay, and he wanted to be a kid. He was a grown up when he was a kid, so now as a grown up he wants to be a kid. All right, and that's stuff about Michael Jackson had rides at Neverland to attract kids. Do people say that about Walt Disney? No, they don't. But Michael Jackson, they did. Because there's still an element out there that hates a rich black man or black person. Can't stand it. Okay? All right. And we've been hearing about Tulsa, the Black Wall Street. That was back in 1921. How white people just couldn't stand black people to have stuff. So they burnt down the whole city and killed hundreds of black people. Yes. That happened. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. I write about it in my book, The Climate of Perspective Unvisited, that I published in 2001. All right. So, anyway, I know a lot of stuff. Okay? So anyway, let's see what else. Before I get to Taj. Okay, before I get to Taj, let's see if I'm going there. Let me make sure I did everything right now. Yes. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Finally. Okay. Taj Jackson, 3T. Tito's son. Tito's oldest son. Taj, Terrell, and TJ. I think TJ is the youngest and Terrell's the middle one. Okay? Tito Jackson's son, Taj. Okay? He's been doing a marvelous job defending his uncle. Okay? And he's trying to do the documentaries, which he's going to do, but he says that the reason why it's being held up a little bit, because if he puts something in his documentary, then the defense for the two cases, the Wade and James case and the HBO case, can be used against him. So he's kind of toting a fine line, and that's why the documentaries aren't done. Okay, his documentary isn't done, that you guys have donated $250,000, which is a lot of money to me. Whew, Lord, it's a lot of money. But anyway, he has to be real careful that he doesn't put out a documentary that somebody can twist. And believe me, I've had haters twist the most beautiful things that I do. And so I know if somebody's determined to hate on you, they're going to find that your tooth was a little crooked right there and turn that into a whole we hate you thing. Okay? Because hateful people are good at spreading hate because that's what they are and that's who they are. They're hateful. So they're good at it. Okay? So I understand Taj while you're holding up. Okay. Taj Jackson. All right. Last week or the week before, he was promoting that one of Michael's favorite TV shows was called Amazing Stories. I think Steven Spielberg was behind it. And it was kind of like a Twilight Zone or a, what was the other one called? Night Gallery. Kind of like that, Night Gallery. If you guys, I know I'm aging myself. All right. So, but it's called Amazing Stories. So, Taj said for us to watch an episode, episode 7, season 2 of Amazing Stories, which is called Life on Death Row, right? So I had watched it and I was like, oh my God, somebody is thought to be dead that's really alive. Did he really do that? Did he really do like that? Did he really do that? Okay, somebody coming back to life. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that he did that, right? I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked that, and he said that Michael wanted to watch that episode and watched it with them. And there were 3 favorite episodes, and this is one, and he watched it several times with his uncle. And Michael would talk about it so much. And it's about somebody that has the healing power, the power to heal. But Patrick Swayze's a bad guy. He got convicted of murdering someone while he was doing a heist, while he was, in the act of robbing a place. So this was not a good guy. But he got blessed with some healing power because while he was trying to escape prison, because he was on death row, to be killed the next day. So of course, somebody escaping, he's going to try to escape because he's dying anyway tomorrow, right? So then he gets hit by lightning and he gets these magical healing powers and he can heal ailments in people's bodies, right? And so he's got the healing. So Taj talked about Michael having the healing power. And I am here to tell you, there is a such thing as Michael magic. There really is. I mean, for real. I can't believe, because when there just is, okay? Michael magic, okay? There's a such thing. And there's such people that are chosen to just have some greatness. Now, Michael is a singer and a dancer, and the reason why he's a big pop star is because he started at age 5 and he never ever quit, and it was his life's focus, and he was that was what he did, and he was good at it, and he was going to be good at it, and the more he got good at it, the more he knew that he could work towards being the biggest pop star in the world, and he ended up achieving his goals. And he could thank his brothers and his father especially, and his mother, okay, for caring enough and loving their children enough to make sure that their talents didn't get unnoticed. Okay, so we thank Papa Joe and Catherine and the brothers, right? All right, and everybody else, right? Okay, so anyway, so this episode we watched with him. So Taj was talking about the healing power and all this other stuff, but at the end, well, I'm just gonna let you guys listen to what Taj says. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around and I have it queued up. All right, here we go. This is Taj today, a few hours ago.
Everyone that he touched saved him, and I think that's kind of something that I see with what's going on now with everyone that my uncle touched, influenced, helped. We're holding him up. We are bringing him back. We are proving his innocence. And I think that's what on earth do we do now? And I think that's the biggest message that I'd want to say with this episode is, okay, that's it, is we have the power. Someone just said I was a fraud. I don't know what that means in terms of why, but thank you. We have the power to bring his legacy to the limelight and keep it there. There's people that will want to, that have always wanted to destroy him and destroy the good that he's brought. And so I think that's the amazing thing about this episode is that when he started not being selfish and started healing the people, in return, they used their power basically to bring him back. And I think that's an incredible message, but that's also the message that we have right now with us in general. We are those people. We are those people that can we are those people because we have done that. We have, when Leaving Neverland hit, everyone thought Michael was dead. In terms of, I have to clarify because there's people that think Michael's alive. When I say dead, I meant his legacy. And so everyone thought his legacy was dead, DOA. And we had, it literally is, that's a symbolism. That episode is a symbolism of us, everyone coming together and basically saying, no, this is who Michael is, and this is who his legacy is, and we are going to make sure that we keep this alive. And I just think it's a symbolic thing, and I had to play this one first because this is exactly what we're going through.
All right. I got to put it back. I just have to put that part back. Okay, here we go. You guys listen carefully.
And started healing the people. In return, they used their power basically to bring him back. And I think that's an incredible message, but that's also the message that we have right now with us in general. We are those people. We are those people that can we are those people because we have done that. We have, when Leaving Neverland hit, everyone thought Michael was dead. In terms of
Whoops! Did you hear him? He said when Leaving Neverland hit, everybody thought Michael was dead. Then he went, whoa, no, I didn't say that. Oh my God, let me get out of that. Because people think Michael's alive. Yeah, I've been saying it all this time. For 10 years now. Okay? That Michael Jackson faked his death. Okay? Proof. Absolutely not one death document is in his correct name. Not one. Not anything is in his correct name of Michael Joe Jackson. That is his name. Okay? Anybody that wants to send you unofficial stuff that's not his official ID or it didn't have to do with him getting paid, okay? They're full of it. From the USA. Okay? Michael's name is Michael Joe Jackson, period. And the rules, the policies, and the regulations, according to the Department of Public Health, who has a space that says middle name, it says your full legal name must be entered on the death records. No assumed names or AKAs can be entered in the death record. Period. And then I went down to the Department of Public Health and they told me that if it's challenged, it can be deemed, that could be deemed invalid. Okay? Michael knows the law inside out, broke no laws. It's not against the law to fake your death. Did you hear what he said? Kind of like when Michael went to the airport, oops, with Jermaine. Remember that one? He loves it. 10 years later, Jackie. Okay, this is about, Michael had them watch this since I know so much and I'm gathering information that Taj and other people aren't gathering. Michael was leaving all kinds of living dead clues everywhere. Living dead, wherever he could find something about dead but being alive or coming back to life or resurrected or living dead, he used it. Okay? Now, Taj also went on to talk about a guy by the name of Nick Garris. I hope I'm saying his name right. Okay? Nick Garris was one of the zombies in Thriller, uncredited zombies in Thriller according to Taj. He was the director or the writer of this episode of Amazing Stories, Life on Death Row. He also had something to do with Michael Jackson's ghost. Taj, in this same live, also mentioned Michael and the Werewolf of London. Okay, mention that. So in this one live that Taj has done, we have a plot about somebody with magical powers that was persecuted, okay, that dies and comes back to life. Taj is putting a call out to us. I'm going to tell you, it's a wink, wink. I'm going to tell you, it's a wink, wink. Okay, don't let me forget. And you're going to mention that. You're going to mention werewolves. You're going to mention zombies. You're going to mention ghosts. Okay. Michael left all kind of clues. If he found movies and all this other stuff, two to 3 weeks after Michael was announced dead, Paul McCartney is on David Letterman talking about his death hoax, the Beatles' death hoax. Eddie and the Cruisers starts airing about a pop star who faked his death. You guys got to watch my stuff. Or I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, okay? So anyway, so right now, Taj is putting a call out to Michael's army of supporters. And he's pretty much saying Michael needs us all to support him to come back. Because he's not going to come back if he does not think that we will not do a Black Lives Matter on the world, okay, to protect him, okay? Michael's a black man. Black Lives Matter. And I believe that one of the main reasons why Michael was persecuted like he was is because he was an African American. And he showed them all up, all the people who think black people are dumb or stupid or not as talented or not as smart or not as business savvy, when Michael made one of the greatest investments ever in the history of entertainment with his purchase of the Sony catalog, and then combined it with the ATV purchase of the Sony ATV catalog. With the ATV catalog. He bought the ATV catalog, Then later he combined it with the Sony catalog. Okay, nearly a decade later. Okay, got paid millions. So Michael was making what we call white people's money, where you don't do nothing. You just have an investment and you just watch it grow. That's not supposed to be for us black people to benefit from. Okay? Not supposed to be. Okay? That's not how we as black people are supposed to make money. We're supposed to be slave labor. Okay? So, I do believe that Michael Jackson was persecuted extra. Not to say white people aren't persecuted, they are. But I believe, because Michael wasn't a bad guy, Elvis Presley was with a girl, Priscilla, when she was 14, 15 years old. I don't see all this, Elvis was a pedophile, this, that, and the other. Then he married her. But everybody knows he was with her, hanging with her spending the night when she was 14, 15, 16 years old, 17 years old. But he gets away with it because he's white. His legacy isn't being destroyed. Jerry Lee Lewis, same thing. He married his underage cousin. Oh, well, I guess it was legal to marry a 16-year-old where he was from. But he was messing with her before she was 16. Okay, before she was of age. But no, there's no DNA proof. Wade and James are the biggest liars in the world. You know why? Because during the 93 investigation, all the way up to the 2005 investigation, the law knew who Wade and James were. They knew who they were. They questioned them. And if there were tiny little fingerprints on the porn, they would have found it and fingerprinted every little kid. James talking about so much porn. He showed me so much porn. Well, your fingerprints should have been on some of that porn. And it was all heterosexual girl porn. So why he telling you how to like girls when all his porn is regular girl porn? It's girls. Girls on girls and men with girls. There ain't no boy on boy. Michael didn't have no male on male homosexual porn. He wasn't showing you that. They're liars. Wade and James are big fat liars. Because it's not like it was some secret kid that they didn't know about, and then two kids come out of nowhere and tell this story. No, they knew. They were on the radar the whole time. And Tom Sneddon investigated Michael all the way from 93 all the way up to 2005. And probably until his death. Okay? So, anyway, I just wanted you guys to know. Okay, let's see. Did I talk about everything? Yep. So I guess Taj is saying we all got to have Michael's back. We all got to have Michael's back. Okay? And we got to be smart about it. Like Taj says, do your research. Do your investigation. I do. Taj says deal with facts. I do. I deal with facts, clues, evidence, and proof. Okay? The only time I speculate is when a fan asks me a question and I say, I can't answer that question. I can tell you what I think that means. But I don't know what's going on in somebody's mind. When will Michael come back? I don't know. Will Michael come back? I don't know. But I know that this is an episode about somebody thought to be dead that comes back to life because the people who he helped came back and helped him come back to life. That's what this episode is. Period. Healing powers. And I healed you, so now can you come back and heal me? Bring me back to life? I don't make it up. I'm just a reporter. I'm just an investigator. I'm just a reporter. Okay? I'm just saying. All right? So anyway, guys, I got to go. We're almost done with the live 4. We're in the 90s. We're probably about 91, 92% done. I got to watch it at least 5 to 7 more times because you got to catch everything, because sometimes you might be contradicting a statement. You might, have something wrong. You might have a typo. You might have, in my documentaries, I am so proud of the accuracy of my documentaries. One adjective. That's all somebody could really say. And you can't really even say that because it's immaterial. Okay? I'm really proud of the work that Cecil and I have done on these documentaries, these alive trilogies. Please watch them. Okay? And don't try to guess. If anybody tried to, people that know nothing about the death hoax, haven't spent one day, and they did not see the dead body, gonna tell me that I'm crazy when they didn't see the dead body, and they haven't researched what we've researched. They just don't know Michael's genius, and you can't guess what's in these documentaries. You can't. You can't. You have to watch the documentaries. You have to see what's in them, and I challenge people to verify everything, and don't come back. Well, it could mean this. No. The fact is, this is what happened. Okay, this is what happened. It could be a coincidence. It don't matter. It still does not mean that didn't happen. That still happened. Okay, so I thank Peter Michael Bobby. So nice to hear from you today, and thank you for the logo, and thank you for the promotion. And thank you, Taj, for a death hoax clue today. So, you guys, love you, and watch the Alive trilogy. And on the 11th anniversary of the death. Oh, one last thing. Oh, it moved. Oh man, this was at the timing of this was 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. It just went to 12 seconds. Let me see if let me refresh this, because it was at 1111. Now it's moved to 1112, but you know what? I saved it. I saved the screenshot. Let me show you guys. I saved the screenshot. Okay? So, because sometimes YouTube will put on we'll put 1 more second on it, or take 1 second off. Okay, let me see. Taj. I'm going to show you guys, because I thought the timing was really crazy too. And I don't know if he did that on purpose. I doubt if he did that on purpose. Because you guys got to remember 11/11/11, right? Oh, shoot. I have it somewhere. Where was it? Oh. I have too many things open. Okay, I have too many things open. Here, I'm going to show you guys. See how that says it is 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 12 seconds? Earlier today, it was 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. And let me see. I know I saved it. I know I saved it. Because I took a screenshot because I thought it was interesting. Not that I was going to put a death hoax clue on it, but I thought it was interesting enough to take a screenshot. But let me see if I have that screenshot. My computer's getting old, so it's like me, getting slow. Okay, Taj, screenshot. Let me see. Where is it? Taj YouTube. Maybe if I put that in. Taj YouTube. I know I saved it. Where is it? Well, it was there, and when I find it, guys, I will post it. But I could have swore I had that. Let me see if I can do it by date. No, my desktop. Maybe if I put it on the desktop. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna look one more time, guys. I'm gonna find it now. I'm gonna end this live because I think I've been on long enough. Here it is. I think I found it. Come on, there it is. Here it is. Okay, see, I saved it. Okay, here it is. See? I thought that and Michael's favorite numbers are 1s and 7s. So I don't think he did that on purpose, but there are coincidences. There really, really are coincidences. All right, guys. All right. Love you guys, and don't forget to watch the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs and A Prisoner of Fame. All right, bye.